at the top, you're thinking all of the marketing you can possibly do. The more marketing you do on the more platforms that you do, in the more mediums that you do it, the more chance of you hitting the number of people you need to get in front of to hit your conversion rate, to make the revenue that you want to make. So that's what all this top bit is about. Our green section is content marketing. I'm going to be talking to you about that today. And our pink bit is general marketing, all of the other ways that we can get in front of people. Then in the middle, we have the point at which we convert these eyeballs from just seeing us, seeing our pretty little faces out there, into actually becoming part of our ecosystem. What does that mean? It means getting their email address. So this is the conversion point. This is the point we turn marketing into acquisition. This is the point at which when somebody gives us their contact details, now we've acquired a lead. Now we're talking business. Now we have the opportunity to sell. And by the way, now we're increasing the value of our business because email addresses are assets, my friend. Yes, they are. So it's very important that we learn that every piece of marketing we're doing has a call to action on it that collects an email address or incites them to reach out and start communication with us. Yeah. So that bit in the middle is about having lead magnets, having forms that people can fill in, having free stuff that we give away in exchange for an email address, booking a free call with me so we get their email address. You get the point. Anything that's going to get the email address in the middle. Then as we move down the system here, and I'm going to make this a bit bigger for you to just have a sneaky little peek. Sneaky, you're not supposed to see this one. It's my secret sources, all right? As we go down below our lead magnet thing, which is the acquisition stage, now what we're going to have is a system in place that's going to take that email address and actually start doing something with it. Because an email address that sits in a dusty old database collecting moths, like the recipe books on the top of your microwave. I know it, I know. I'm afraid isn't going to do anything. You've done all this work to get an email address. And then do you know what people do? They go, I'm not going to email my list in case they unsubscribe. You've just done all that work to get it. So what we're doing in our special success system, Sarah's visibility blueprint, is we're going to use automation, systems, software to now do the lead nurturing for us. And this sounds really techy, but all this means is communicating with them, sending them emails regularly, sharing our helpful advice and tips and our passion, all the years of things and knowledge that we've collected to show that we are super helpful and we're totally the guy or girl to help them. That's all we're going to do. We're going to automate that process of communicating and being helpful and selling. Yay! And at the very bottom, you've got all of the different things that you might sell. And we're not going to be covering that today because today's not a content or product strategy session. But what you want to be thinking about is what are all of the different things that you could sell to people so that you are making as much money as possible. Which segues me perfectly into my next slide, as if I wrote these myself, which is all about part 2. Step 2, tip 2 of scaling your business. If you want to make more money, make it easier for everyone to buy from you. What do I mean by this? So in Sarah's world, the world is not a circle, the world is a triangle. And for all business owners and entrepreneurs, you need to see the world in the same way too. This is a Pareto's principle picture of basically how wealth is distributed on planet Earth. All right, so this isn't me being stereotypical or judgmental. This is literally how the wealth in the world is split. We have the majority of planet Earth at the majority end, the bottom end of our triangle, the biggest end of our triangle. The majority of planet Earth, around 80%, live day to day on a low disposable income. They're living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have much money spare. This is just a fact of the world's wealth nature. So we need to think about, if I want to serve the largest portion of planet Earth, we're talking like 6 billion people, then we really need to have some kind of version of our offers, our products, our services that these majority of people on planet Earth can actually afford. So what we're talking about down here is, do you have a low ticket, a low priced version of something that you sell? Could this be, for instance, best versions of these are completely self-serving digital products. You're talking a webinar recording. Maybe it's a e-guide or a book or a download, some kind of mini course that you've recorded once and you can now give away for a very low price or even for free. This down here is where you are helping the masses. Yes, it's a low price, but you have much higher volume because the most people are down here. FYI, my 7-figure business makes most of its money from low ticket products. My millions come from products that are mostly under $100. So everyone goes, oh, low ticket means less money. No, it doesn't. Low price means high volume, and because it's more accessible for more people to purchase, it's easier to sell when it's lower ticket because people don't have to think as hard, which means it's an easier marketing and sales process. Then you, my friends, are massively increasing your income opportunities and the amount of people you can help and impact. So what can you give away, or preferably, what can you create that you can sell for under $100, under $50, under $20? I heard today that some of you are writing books. Obviously, books and e-guides are certainly going to fit very nicely into that section. Now, at the very top and tippy toppy top of our triangle, we have the other end of the wealth distribution system. And that is that around 20% of the planet own actually 80% of the world's wealth. So you've got people up here who do have high disposable incomes, who only want the Gucci handbag, who only want the VIP luxury experience. These are the kind of people who seek out the high ticket, the absolutely treat me special kind of thing or version of the thing that you sell. So what would be the do it with them service? Whatever you do, whatever your business is, can you come and help me get something done? I have, for instance, get it done days where people come and quite literally fly to the Gold Coast, sit at my desk, and I do their tech for them. I create their courses, their memberships, and do all of their tech, and they literally walk out of the door with it done. They're not allowed to escape without it. Lock them in, literally lock them in, and I am nice enough to give them a glass of champagne in my hot tub before they leave. But it's a way to give them an experience and a guaranteed outcome. If I was to come and sit at your desk with you, what could you do with me? If you're a nutritionist, is it a personalized food plan? Will you actually come shopping with me? Can you come to my house and empty my cupboards and go, did you know there's 14 grams of sugar in this? That's going in the bin, right? What can you do that creates a done-for-you experience that you're charging significantly for? And when I say significantly, I do not mean ripping people off. I mean charging for the value of your years and years worth of expertise. Charging for the value of fast-tracking my result. That's what we're talking about here. What is your Prada handbag version of your thing? And of course, then in the middle, you get the point. The price point's in the middle. So if you can take whatever you do, and that will allow you to answer the question of, hey, can I pick your brain over a coffee? Or, hey, I'd love to get your help in something. And your answer should always be, of course. I've got 4 ways that I can help you do that, as an example. Option number 1, I've got loads of free stuff over here. Option number 2, I've got my mini workshop over here that's only $29. Option number 3, I've got a coaching program over here that's somewhere in the middle. Over here, I've got my membership program, which is this price. And over here, I can completely do everything for you for this price. Now, I'm not saying you have to have all of those options. What I'm saying here is to create a scalable business. If you have an option that in some way serves each parts of those markets, you have dramatically scaled your business by opening up the accessibility to everyone in the world at every level of economic stage that they sit at. Big one, massively makes a difference to businesses.